Hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar today. We are at the beginning of our earnings season, the first of the year, and I thought it would have been useful for you to have a look at the tools we have here at EPS Momentum to help you in that earnings season. So without further ado, I'm going to start and show you what you need to go through this earnings season. It's very simple. You need to track stocks, obviously, but most importantly, track their change in price, but not just price, earnings, sales, and also revisions. So I'm going to go over all this very quickly in about 30 minutes. So I'll let you enjoy the ride, and let's go. So what we do have here is a series of widgets that you can run and click on very quickly. You get a description, you get a matrix, you get a bunch of functionality that are displayed in front of you. You have a chart on the side, and you also have a very detailed and deep screener that you can use. So this is very good. It's very useful and very easy, user-friendly. So what we are going to do for a start is we are going to look at the model. So the model is basically giving you an earnings score, EM30, as you can see here, EM30, 29, 23, 24, -9, -11. Every quarter we have a number, and this number tells you the earning momentum for that specific stock. So here it's NVIDIA. So you can see how the fundamentals were or the momentum was not there, and then eventually it turned around, and then it became negative, turning into positive. EM24. Any EM that is greater than 20 is absolutely extraordinary, and it shows in the stock price. It rallied over several quarters, all the way to you need to pay attention to. So again, very good, very impressive growth when you have an EM greater than 20. The second thing is the timing and momentum here. Those three indicators will tell you when is a good time to potentially get in or get out or avoid the stock. When it's all above zero, you get yourself a good timing here, right there. For example, when one of them is above zero, it's a no-go, pretty much. So with the timing here and the momentum here on the side, you can have both, and you should be able to have all the tools at your disposal. What's in the EM? We can break it down into the matrix. We look at earning per share growth. So this is the latest earning per share, 0.81. This is the last I'll say 12 quarters of earning per share. This is 4 quarters ago, and again 8 quarters ago. You can see the growth between 0.4 and 0.81 is pretty steep. It's 106%. It's growing very fast. It grew very fast from 400%, 500%, and so on. Now it's only 100, and it's decelerating. You can see the deceleration here of -49. So sometimes investors are looking at that deceleration or acceleration, and it's very important for them, and sometimes it brings the stock down. Here, the deceleration is significant, but a little bit less significant now on sales. So this is sales, still 94% growth in sales, which is truly amazing. And of course, that's NVIDIA. So these are important metrics: earning per share growth, earning per share acceleration, earning per share sales, and acceleration in sales. The third thing that you want to look at is the revisions. So revisions are basically Wall Street grade, pretty much. It's how much a stock is graded well or not well, increasing or improving or decreasing. We can see that over 90 days, our revision score is up 90%. Our revision score is a score that we increment with all the estimates change that we get from all analysts. So we get that revision score incremental here. It went up 3.4 points since the beginning of the quarter, or 11%, 1079 to be more precise. So since the beginning of the quarter, it's been up That means what? That means Wall Street is bullish on the stock and on the name, and we should pay attention to that, and go for stocks that are really in that configuration here. So again, price, earning per share, sales, and revisions. Those are four big metrics that you need to pay attention to, and specifically during earnings season. So what we are going to do is we are going to go to the screener, and I'm going to start fresh with a default view on the screener. And these are about 100 or so fields that you can cherry pick from. So you got EPS Analytics, which is the EM score. We can start to get an EM greater than 0. That would really sift through 4,000 stocks and only give us the first 1,000, I would say. We might also want to consider stocks that have a TM, timing momentum, that is positive for a start. And, just above 0. Just move your cursor here all the way to 0 if you can. You can move the arrows as well. And any definition or things you don't know about, you can click on the little I here, and that gives you a definition of what the field is. But let's put the metrics that we just looked at. So earning matrix, what I want is earning per share quarter compared to Q-4, so I can have a full definition of what it is. So I'm adding that column, and that column is here now. And now I want that to be, I don't know, greater than 15%, perhaps. Same thing with sales, and I want those sales to be here. This is the sales compared to 4 quarters ago. And I want that to be, let's say, 15% again. Okay, so now we have 200 stocks, 216 stocks to go through. We can reorganize the columns. We can filter for market cap. So maybe we're 2 billion market cap. And now we have 119 stocks here to select. And the revision. So the revisions are on the estimates revision category here. So what we have several fields: the revision score, the revision in the last 7 days, and the revision change for the beginning of the quarter, and the revision change since the beginning of the quarter, but in value, not in percent. And this is the 3 months revision change. So maybe I want a trend in the revision, a positive trend. And I want a positive trend to be, well, positive first. That's what it is. That's 89 stocks. And then I would want to have a look at revisions that went up since the beginning of the quarter. So that's previous quarter, right? But then I'll show you what we can do for this coming quarter. So that's it. We got 79 stocks here, and I can start to look at some of the stocks. So I don't know, for example, Morgan Stanley. If you remove those 2 fields here, you can see the revisions is up. The EM is positive. The chart looks great, going higher up, doing a base right now. So it usually goes up, base, up, base, up, base. So it went from a negative EM to a positive one, EM 11, and then 2. So this is really good and progressing. So that could be a stock that I want to look at. Earning matrix is pretty impressive as well, 16 in sales and 36 here. That's important. So what I can do also is I can go into the description field and look for company that recently reported. So I have this last reported field or the next reported date. So last reported field, I click on that. And now I can say, give me all the company that reported in the last 30 days, for example. Right, so now we only have 2 stocks, Broadcom and Health Equity. Why? Because obviously that was the end of the earnings season 30 days ago. So not many candidate, but I can find Broadcom, and I can see Broadcom is a 19. It really jumped up. So I get some nice stocks there. But what I want to do also is maybe I don't use that field, but I want to look at the next report date. So I am not going to filter on that next report date, but let's say I want to focus on the next 10 days or 15 days of earnings season. So I can actually sort. So the first guys to report will be the banks. So you get the Morgan Stanley, you get the TSM and all that. Let me remove that TM price here just to make sure we get a little bit more names. Thico, Amphenol, and all that. So these are the guys that report this week, next week, and so on. Again, we have some criteria. We have some filter criteria here. So there's more people, there's more stocks there, right? But here we already have some filter. So TSM is one of them, and I can click. And the first question is, what can I expect for this quarter? Well, the revision will be a good idea to look at because the revision here, and you can see it on that revision score RS, it's been down. So in the last few days, last 4 days, we have that little down play here on the revision. That's actually a pretty bad sign. So there is a flag for this in the screener called revision change last that you can run. So this is the last 7-day % change in revision for the stock. So let's have a look. So I am going to remove the positive revision here. Actually, maybe I'll keep it just for sake of it. And I am going to look at the one that are negative for once. So I want the positive revision since the beginning of the quarter, but I want in the last 7 days, the one that are negative or below 0, right? Let's say below -1. And I found 2 names, so TSM and ServiceNow. So what do I see here? I see that ServiceNow has this little blip here that got this little down revision, which is interesting. And that tells me that analysts have maybe downgraded the stock a little bit, and it's also been trending down for quite a while. So potentially this is something that could be worrying, right? We don't see any interest here. I mean, from a price standpoint, it's heading downward, that's for sure. And from a revision, so we can plot the revisions on the chart, click on data, and you can plot the revision. And then you get the revision charts here. And you can see that little blip here. We gotta zoom in a little bit because but little blip tend to mimic the stock price here. We have a second revision score from different sources with different set of analysts. They're still positive and just had a positive bump here, and sales as well. So this is sales. So a little bit of a conflicting picture here. So let's dig further into what could be before earning, because these earnings are coming soon. What else can we look at to get an insight into how the earnings will play out? So first, you can look at the dollar flow. So the dollar flow will tell you the actual intensity of the dollar, so the value traded in the name. So see how it is below 0, below that red line. The slope is downward. There's weak dollar flow. So for now, no real push to get some sort of a rally or surprise move by big investors. Let's have a look at the dark short now. So the dark short are institutions or hedge funds or asset managers going into the name, so investing into the name. It's called short because it's really the market maker being short in front of the buy side. So it's really buy side buys versus market maker short. So the market maker is short, and hence we can detect the short here. So we had that huge push here that produced that rally. We had 2 push here and here, produced that huge rally, and then major investor left and dropped, and then they start to plateau and turn around. Big push here that put that little head here, and then a collapse of the stock. Sorry, a collapse of the interest and the stocks, actually both of them. So again, downtrend, poor institutional participation here, a little bit of a conflicting picture on the revision. And we can look at the drift, and the drift is heading downward. The drift is the 90-day forecast of the stock. So again, this could be interesting earnings season for these two names. We can make it broader, and what we are going to do is we can do price analytics and the distance to high, distance to 252 days. We are going to make it, 52-week high, let's say 5%. Right. So again, we're falling on the same names here. I'm trying to expand the range. Maybe I'm less stringent on these. Yeah, no, I guess there's only quite a few. That's the revisions. All right, there you go. Okay, so revision. Well, let's do the opposite now. Let's do the ones that have revision that is positive, very positive, in the last few days, right? The last 7 days. So big bump for Morgan Stanley, State Street, Virtue Financial, Alaska Air. So let's have a look. They're all hitting their high. State Street, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the revisions. Revisions are up. Stock is doing a base, and it is up definitely, and really interesting. The dark short here is heading downward, but a little bit of a participation here, so that's really good. Let's have a look at the matrix. Very good volume, sales, volume in earning per share, very good acceleration, here. Acceleration is one field that I did not mention that you can use at your advantage. You have it here, sequential positive earning per share acceleration or negative earning per share acceleration. So I want stocks that have positive earning per share acceleration, meaning improving earning per share. So if I unfilter a bunch of these stocks, and let me just unfilter all this, and maybe I put a little bit of TM. And I want stocks that have been accelerating for 3 quarters in a row. So TSM, First Horizon, Truist Financial, Citizen Bank, right? So First Horizon, I click on that, and I should get earning per share acceleration 4 quarters in a row. The stock is really on a nice little trend. Earning momentum is still negative, but the acceleration is there. Why it's negative? Because it's not really linear. You see how this big drop in 27, it was 44, 27, and now 42. So it's not really this 56% is a fake 56%. It's really returning to base that was there 2 years ago. So that's why the score is that week of -3, but it's improving. So First Horizon, revisions up. Institutional buying is there. So that could be a major surprise here. Great acceleration, great revision for this name. What else? Citizen Financial. And Citizen Financial, great acceleration. Again, -20. So pretty bad stock, but because of this acceleration, that trend where it's improving, it's still in negative, but it's improving. You get that nice little trend over the last year, both in earning per share and sales, and you can see them. And acceleration in sales as well. So all this, earning per share, price, acceleration, revisions, it's all in the screener. Once you set up your screener, you can click on screens and save. And you can save your screener here and take it every day and run it every day. It will take the next 10 days of the next stock that report or the current stock that just reported. And that should help you out for earnings season. And you should have lots of fun with all those tools. If you have the revision winners here, and if you subscribe, you have that revision winner get daily notification. That sends you an email with the top revision names every day. So that's also very useful. If you haven't signed up to EPS Momentum, you can subscribe here. We have a 50% off. It's still $29 a month on an annual basis. So it's pretty much a steal. So yeah, sign up, and if you have any question, let us know, and we can help you out, and always we can do also a private session if you want. Let us know. Thank you very much for your attention, and happy investing. Bye bye.